Hello friends, welcome back to the session. Today we're going to install Koha on Ubuntu Mate 22.04. So we're gonna install step by step Koha, and we're gonna see what are the packages required, what are the steps required. We're gonna check everything. So this is the Ubuntu Mate 22.04 home screen. So it will little bit different with the normal Ubuntu. Only the desktop version is different. The orange in color, the Ubuntu, which is having the Gnome interface, and this version of this Ubuntu having the Mate interface. So this is the difference of these two Ubuntu version. Nothing such differences are there. So some functions are there, and it is placed in different places. Other than that, nothing is different here. So we're gonna start installing Koha, and we're gonna follow the steps. So I have here with some notes. I will get the notes in Koha wiki page, or many blogs and websites are there which are providing all the steps through which, if you follow step by step, you can install Ubuntu. You can install Koha on Ubuntu, any version of the Ubuntu. So here are some simple steps are there. So first of all, we're gonna open the terminal and we'll start the process. So for opening the terminal, you can click the right click and you'll find the terminal here. So different versions having different methods to open the terminal. So if you click the button on your keyboard like Control Alt and T together, so the terminal will open. Here if you click on the right click and if you click on the terminal, so it will open like this. So now the user is a normal user. So if this dollar sign is showing at the end, so it means you are on the normal user. So for installing anything, we have to go to the root user. So we'll simply follow the commands. So for example, change the user to root, it is written here. So for this you have to type this command sudo su. So we'll write it like that, sudo su. You can, if you want, if you can copy and paste it, it will work like also work. So if we place on I'll click on enter, so it will ask the Linux password. So what is the Linux password? Actually the root password you have to enter. I'm putting the Linux password here and I'm again pressing enter. So it will come to the root user. So see the first version, we are on the normal user, it will showing the dollar sign. So now we are the root user and it will show the hash sign. So now we are in the root user. So we're gonna follow the next command. It is written here, update Ubuntu. Okay, so for updating Ubuntu, we'll run this command. So we'll copy this one and we can paste here and we can press enter. So the Ubuntu system will start updating. So this is done now. The Ubuntu is updated. Now we'll run the next command, which is upgrade. So I'll just copy again this one and I'll paste it here and I'll press the enter button. So it will start updating upgrading the Ubuntu. So here it will ask me whether I want to continue or not. Just press the Y button and then enter. So it will start to upgrade your system. So it will fetch all the relevant packages from the Ubuntu site automatically, and it will gonna install. So as I said, it will take time, it depends upon the speed of your internet connection. You don't have to do anything, it will just simply download it from the Ubuntu site and it will install automatically. So now the upgrade and update both are completed. So I'm gonna install this mousepad editor. I'll just simply copy this one and I'll run it on here. Enter. It will ask me for confirmation. I'll keep yes. the editor is installed. So now we'll add the Koha repository here. We'll simply copy this and we'll paste here, then enter. After adding the repository, it's not installation of the repository, it's adding repository. So now we have to add the Koha community repository also, and we have to run this command. So I'll just take this one, I'll copy this one, and let's just paste it here. And the second one is this one. I'll also take this one, copy and paste, enter. So now my repositories are on. Okay, so I'll install I will run the update command once again. I'll copy again and paste it. So now my repositories are ready. So Koha is now ready to install. So I'll now run this Koha common command. I'm just pasting here, paste. So the installation of Koha process has started, so it will take some time now. So you just have to wait for again let the installation be finished. You don't have to do anything, it will automatically download and install all the relevant packages, and all the required packages it will install. Okay, now Koha installed successfully. So now we'll configure it a little bit. So first of all, we will configure the port number. So we'll open this file through using the mousepad. So we'll copy the command here and we'll paste it here. Enter. So now it will open into a editor file. So this is the editor what I was talking about. So here you have to change the port number. So for example, you have to change the intra port to 8080. Here it is written I have changed the client port number to 8080. Now intra port means in that port number which your Koha staff client will open. So here the interport number is there, it's written 80. So I'll add one more 80 and I'll save the file. Save it and I'll close it. So now the port number is configured. Next, I'll install the MariaDB client. So the latest MariaDB client for now is MariaDB 10.6. So I'll install the client version of the MariaDB. I'll simply paste it here, enter. It will ask for confirmation, Y, enter, and it will started installing the MariaDB client. Now we'll install the MariaDB server. Copy and paste it here, enter. It will again ask confirmation, enter, and the server is also installed. MariaDB is the backend database where all the works will be stored. Now you have to assign the root password for the database. Okay, so I have given here the root password simple as a library. So I'll run this command mysql admin user mean user is the root and password will be the library. So I'll copy it and I'll paste it here, enter. Now the root password is created. Okay, so now we'll configure some instances. So this will be the configuration commands. So I'll just copy one by one and I'll paste it there. Enter. Now the second one, third one, 3 instances are there. I'll just paste it one by one. Now time to restart the Apache server. So all these instances will start to work. Okay, so the service Apache is restarted, so no problem till now is there. So now we'll create a instance in the MySQL, the MariaDB server. MariaDB is the whole database, so we'll walk inside the database in a particular area. So the instance is kind of that one. So we'll just create an instance. It's also called library. I'm keeping all the names are same. You can keep it as per your preferences. Okay, the instance is created now, and now we have to configure the opaque and interport. So I have assigned the port number there on the file, config file. I have assigned the port number to 8080 for the staff end, and now I'll configure the both the client part and the opaque part from this file. Okay, so let's open the file, and I've written here like gedit. I'll change it to mousepad because I have installed like mousepad. So I'll select this one, I'll copy and I'll paste it here. So again one file will be open. So here it is instructed that copy and paste the following line below this listen 80 line. So here the listen 80 line is there, and I'll just copy and paste this 8080 line under this one, paste it, and I'll save this file and I'll close this one. So now both my opaque and staff client port is configured. So I'll restart the Apache again. So whenever you are changing any file, you have to restart the Apache. Apache is the web server here. So now the Apache is restarted. So again I'll enable some modules here. So here also 3 modules are there. I'll just run one by one. Enter. Then the second one. Enter. The third one. See, whenever you are running something, you have to mention, like you have to cross check what are the instances or database name is. If you put wrong instance name or database name, you will get the wrong result either. Okay, so now your modules are started, and again you have to restart the Apache web server. So I'll restart again. Now it's restarted. So I'll configure the Perl modules here. I'll install the Perl modules here. So in this new version, some additional dependencies of the Perl is also there. So we have to install it separately. So earlier, in the earlier versions of Koha, this command was not there. So now we have to add this. They have added this command for installing the Perl dependencies. So I'll just simply run this command, copy, paste, enter. So the Perl modules are installed. Now we have to enable and start the Black of Koha performance improvement. So this command is also an additional command where in the earlier version this command was also not there. So I'll just copy it here. Remember, you have to put the correct instance name here or database name here. So these are the instance name, okay, for the library. If you have different instance name, you have to change the name. Okay, so it's working fine. Now you have to install the Perl modules supporting Perl modules. You have to run. So I'll copy this one and I'll paste it here, enter. So it will ask, would you like to configure as much as possible automatically? So I'll simply write Y and enter. So now your cpan will be installed here. So cpan is some of the dependencies within Koha in the new version. So this command will take a little bit more time. If you have good internet connection, so it will take around 30 to 40 minutes. If you have very slow internet connection, it may take up to 1 hour. So this is having huge files, and multiple folders and dependencies will be installed automatically, so it may take time. So here it will ask in between that a new version is public suffix list, do you want to check it? So it's suggesting that you have to press the N button. So as per the suggestion, we'll press N and then click also on enter. So it will start again. Here it is again asking, would you like to skip the network test, and it is also suggesting that type N. So we will type N and then enter. Again it will start the installing process. So now all the installation processes are completed. We'll now clear the cache memories. So here we'll run this command. We'll copy and we'll paste here, enter. So mem cache cleared and restarted. So now one thing we have to do, so we have installed the MariaDB SQL, we have created the root password. So the by default Koha database password is auto generated. It's a complex auto generated password, so for easy remembrance we have to change it to log in first time, and for further processes we have to change it in a simpler way, or like the one what we can remember easily. So for example, if you are setting backup and something, so you can easily set that password. So we'll change it by opening the file and in the password, I mean in the inside the database also. So we'll follow this method. So we'll now first change the PASQL into database. Inside the database we'll run this command, mysql user root and the password. So here it is written that enter the MySQL root password here. So if I put the command here, paste, if I enter here, it will ask for Linux root password. It's not the Linux root password, it's the MySQL root password. So you just have to make the differences. You have to understand the differences between two. One is the Linux root password, which is the operating system password, and this is the MySQL root password. Okay, so I'll enter the password here. So now I am inside the database. So here it will return like MariaDB. So now I will change it to MySQL. enter. See, the difference of the command line is, if you are working anything inside the database, all commands will end up with this semicolon. So while copying and pasting the command lines, you have to be careful, otherwise the command will not execute. Paste again. So what I will do is set the password for this is my Koha, this is my instance name, so it will come like this. The Koha database password will be Koha underscore library, and I'll set the I'll change the password from the default password to Koha123. So I'll run this command as it is. Now enter. So it's working fine. Now flush privilege, enter. Okay, working fine. And now quit, semicolon, and enter. We'll come back to the root user again, and now we'll change the same thing inside the file name where the password is located. This is the file path and this is the file name, Koha conf. The file name is Koha conf, so we'll change it inside that file. We'll copy that one, we'll paste it, enter. It will open in a editor, so we'll go down in this file. So just here we have to look for the, yes, this is the schema MySQL, database name is Koha underscore library, host name is localhost, port is 3306, and this is the username, and this is the auto generated password which you have to change. So I have changed it in the database, which is Koha123. The same thing we have to enter it again here. Okay, so that both of them can be connected. So we'll save it and we'll exit from here. We'll close the file. Now your database password has been changed. So all the processes are completed now. So we'll open this local IP. So this is the localhost IP. You can type the localhost instead of this IP, 127.0.1.1, and this is the client client port number. So I'll copy this and I'll open a browser. I'll put it here on the URL, enter. So first time it may take some time, yeah. So the Koha installed successfully. So first time you have to enter with this login, database login and password. So for this you have to change the master password, which is generating by default with the complex number, just we have changed it. So we'll put the username here as Koha underscore library and the password will be Koha123, and we'll log in. Okay, so here the web installer, this is called the web installer. So here you have to install some of the setting, you have to configure it. First in the command part we have configured the Koha and the like port number and all. Here we'll configure inside the Koha. So first of all we will choose the language. So this is the preferred language is English. So I'll simply continue to the next step by choosing the default language. Next, some Perl dependence will be next option will be the checking some Perl dependencies. So we'll check the dependencies and we'll continue to the next step. So nothing much is there, you have to choose and go one by one. So here the database settings are there. Database type is MySQL, this is the database name, this is your localhost, this is your port number, and this is the database user ID. So I have keep all the names are same to remember easily. So I'll continue to the next step. Okay, this is finalized. Continue to the next step. Now database setting is done. Now set up the database. So there in database setting, the name and port number they are confirming. Now on the database setting part, set up the database part. As we have checked, all the names are there, so the database has been set up. Now install the basic configuration setting. So here some of the basic parameters will be there, so we have to choose one by one and we have to configure it. So for example, first of all we have to choose the mark flavor. So two flavors are there, one is Unimark and the second one is Mark 21. So we'll be I think we all of us are familiar with this Mark 21, so we'll choose Mark 21 by default. So now some more dependencies are there. So for example, with Mark 21 framework, this fields will be the mandatory fields, like this will be the authority types, default authority types. These are the mandatory fields, you don't have to choose or unselect it. So this is also a Mark 21 framework, which is a default framework. The next options are these are the option selections. So if you want to choose we'll choose the ISBN ISSN. Yes, we need it. Then fast cataloging module, I mean framework from the Mark framework title. While cataloging, so we don't need this one. Simple Mark 21 from sample Mark 21 bibliographic framework, like this will be the sample framework, so we don't also need do not need this one. So other data within mandatory part, these will be some of the mandatory part, so we don't have to choose this one. And in the optional part, some of the basic settings are there, like default authorized values, yes we don't need it. CSV profiles, yes we need it. Collected coded value information for Z39.71, yes we need it. Mark codes list for relators, I think maybe this is required, so let's take that one. Some basic currencies, yes. Useful pattern attribute, show barcode, yes. Then sample pattern types, we don't need this one, we'll create separately. Then sample label and pattern card data, we don't need this one. A set of default item types, no. Sample libraries, no. Sample holidays, sample news items, yes. Sample patterns, no. Sample codes, no. Allow access to the following servers. Okay, so here these will be the servers from where you can fetch the bibliographic data if you want to. So yes, choose this one and import all of these settings to your Koha. So if you think that most of the these are like sample records, which if you don't select, it won't be a problem, so you can create so the thing is, if you choose that one, so you have to delete whatever you don't want to. So instead of deleting, I'm not choosing. Yeah, so the configuration, basic configuration is done. So now onboarding process will be there. Here you have to create one sample library. So my library code will be like CL for central library. If you have any specific name of your library, you can give it. Now submit. After creating a library, you have to create a pattern category. So for example, if I am a library staff, then you can create a library staff category. So I'll just write a code here, ls, and the category name will be library staff. Okay, so overdue notice period, yes. Then default privacy type, okay. And the date of expiry, I'll give it like, if you can give date by months, or you can choose a specific date of expiry. So I'll just choose it by month. 60 months means 5 years from the date of registration, and I'll submit it. Now you have to create one administrator pattern. So this account will be used for a super librarian account. Okay, so for example, I'm providing the details. So card number, let's say LS202301. Okay, it will be applicable for central library. The pattern category will be library staff, and this administrator account will be used as super librarian. So it means this account will have all the privileges. So for login user, I'm choosing a simple login user ID. Then password should contain some mix characters like upper, lower, special character and number. Okay, so I'm choosing accordingly. Okay, then submit it. I'm saving this one. Okay, so now pattern category is done. You have to create one item type now. Okay, so I'm giving the item type code, and I am writing the description here, like for books I'll create the BKS for category and books for the description. Now we have to create a circulation rule. So I'll choose for the central library, pattern category will be library staff, item type will be books, and checkout allowed will be like 3, loan period will be 14, unit will be days, renewal allowed 2, renewal period like 7, holds allowed 2, holds allowed 2, hold per record 1. Okay, hold on self hold. So if any unavailable. So let's understand the things. So library branch name, this will be applicable to this library. Pattern category, for the which pattern category you want to set this rule preferences will be library staff. So for which item type this rules will be applicable, like for books only this rule will be applicable. So how many books are allowed for issuing, it's 3. For how many days it will be issued, like 14, and the unit will be days. Initially for 14 days the books will be 3 books will be issued. Then the renewal will be allowed for 2 days. After getting over this period of 14 days, 2 renewal will be allowed, and this is the renewal period, like 14 days initially, then 2 times each 7 days, means again 14 days you will get. Then hold alloweds, how many hold you can put, it's 2. Hold alloweds daily, how many holds you can put daily, let's say keep it 2. And holds per record means in a single title, I mean if multiple copies are there or multiple records are there, how many books you can put hold on. So it will be like 1. If multiple copies or items are there, so you can put hold only 1 record or item type. And then on shelf hold, on shelf hold means if the book is available on the shelf, whether you will be allowed to put a hold on that, or if the only one, if multiple copies are there, so if only one book is available on that situation, you can put a hold on that. And the third one is if no books are available in the library, this is the on shelf hold available. This is if any of the multiple copies is available, and if no books are available in the library. So I'm keeping this one, that if 5 books are available, I mean 5 copies are there in a book and only 1 copy is available inside the library, so you can keep this one. So let's just submit it. So this is the all processes are done now. So now you can start using your Koha. So your Koha installation is fully completed now. So this will be your staff interface looks like, and this is the like your super librarian ID and password. So if you click on login, you will get the the staff interface. So let's just check the staff interface. After login, this will look like the home page after login. And let's check the OPAC here, 127. This is the OPAC port. And it's working fine. This is the your OPAC basic interface. So if you customize this interface, it will look better. I hope you have enjoyed this video. So if you like this video, like on that, and see you there in the next video.